Alright, so here's another Toei movie that Miyazaki was involved in, and the 5 billionth adaptation of 1001 Nights. So this is Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. But it's not directly based on the original story. It's actually kind of like supposed to be like a follow up to that story, which takes kind of a slightly different angle on the story. So it actually instead of being the classic Alibaba story, it actually takes place many years later when a descendant of Alibaba's he's the ruler of this kingdom, and he just used up all the treasure they had. Um, but then he finds the magic lamp with the genie, who's like a giant hairless mouse. Um, and he tries to wish for some food, but the genie can't do that because he hates, the Alibaba has, or yeah, what was it, Alibaba the 22nd or something. Um, he has a cat, and the genie hates cats. Every time he sees a cat, he like turns tiny, and you know, he freaks out and everything. Then Alibaba sends his, I guess it's his general or something, to go and round up all the cats in the kingdom, and they lock them all in this safe, and then and then he sends the genie out to steal everybody's food, and it creates problems. And then there's this kid who turns out to be a descendant of the thief who was the leader of the 40 thieves in the original Alibaba tale. And there's this point where the kid's pet mouse, because of course there's always a talking animal sidekick in these Toei movies. His pet mouse tells him the story of Alibaba, and it's shown in the style of a lot of Reiniger animation. So it's kind of like a reference to Prince Ahmed. It's a very nice animation. It looks nice at the very least. And so the kid leads the kid with his pet mouse and these 38 cats who the general guy failed to round up. They missed all of them. So there's 38 cats plus the kid and his mouse. That equals 40. So they make up the new 40 thieves. They go and they fight Alibaba. It's kind of like a role reversal type story. It's it kind of it tells the original Alibaba story from a slightly different angle. It's kind of the same story, but it still like presents it like Alibaba just stole treasure from these thieves, and he had his servant girl kind of murder all of them when they tried to take it back, and can't exactly say that the thieves are saints either, since I don't know, I guess it's a different way to frame it. Either way, the current Alibaba in this story is definitely a corrupt dictator, and I guess I guess it's appropriate enough that the kid has to go and fight him. The visual style is very interesting. It's yeah, I think they specifically went for a Dr. Seuss visual style. A lot of the visual designs of like characters and scenery, they look very Dr. Seuss-ish. Like the genie in particular, again, he looks like a giant hairless mouse, and it's very, or yeah, he does look like something out of a Dr. Seuss cartoon. Um, and some of the human characters look like that as well. I can't exactly say that Alibaba really looks like a Dr. Seuss character, but yeah. Um, oh yeah, the pet mouse looks very Dr. Seussish, and I guess the cats maybe. Um, anyway, this was interesting. It's very slapstick. There's some amusing slapstick moments, like the last couple Toei movies, Puss in Boots, and the one I reviewed the other day, Animal Treasure Island. Um, Definitely not as well animated as those. It has it has a lower budget from what I understand, but I don't know. I think they took what little they had, and they put all they could into it. Sometimes cheap style does kind of look, or yeah, sometimes a cheap style can work with like slapstick and all that, as long as you can animate the slapstick well enough. And for the most part, this movie did a pretty good job of that. Let me see. I mean, yeah, the characters are kind of one note. The jokes are a little repetitive. And it does drag at a few points, but I don't know. This is kind of fun. Not a movie I need to like keep watching, but yeah, I think it's around as good as the one I watched the other day, even if it's definitely not as well animated or anything. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have quite the same qualities that Animal Treasure Island had, but I don't know. I'd say it's at least in the same ballpark. Um, so yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and give this movie a 6 out of 10. Um, and yeah, it's only an hour long, so, if you're interested in anything I've been talking about, feel free to check it out. Um, and, yeah, I don't really have much else to say, so, at least for the time being. So if there's anything else I remember that I should bring up, yeah, I'll put it in the comments. But yeah, that's about all that I really need to talk about for now. So I'll just leave it there. Match it and smash it signing off.